For 14 blocks high to a secret trick making you climb stairs faster. Here are some 134 insane Minecraft facts you probably didn't know. End portal flames are one of the only impossible blocks to break in Minecraft, right? Wrong! Using a red mushroom plate just right, you can grow it with bone meal and use it to totally delete the frames. Desert wells finally got a use as you can find a new block called suspicious sand in them. This block that can also be found in desert temples can be brushed with, a brush to uncover secret items. Well, kind of. All the sand in the wells can really give you is sticks, bricks, and emeralds. So I think I'm just gonna stick to stealing villagers' crops and selling it all back to them at a profit. Luckily though, the desert temple sand does hide a little more treasure, as you can also get TNT, gunpowder, and even diamonds. And by the way, this room looks suspiciously like a treasure room. I wonder if in the future we might find some other goodies hidden away in here. What I do like about suspicious sand though is that the item inside will slowly peek out as you brush it. I still kinda prefer how it looked in Minecraft Live though, where instead of just breaking, it slowly wiped layers from the block, exposing the item inside. Have you ever noticed that the sky actually changes color during the wither fight? That's right, as soon as the fight begins, the horizon turns a deep, ashy gray, and some clouds become much darker. Too bad nobody will ever see this because we all fight the wither underground now, like mole people. Putting carpets on top of fences lets you jump over them while keeping animals in. But did you know there's an even better way of doing this? Animals can jump over trapdoors just fine going one way, but if they try to leave, they walk straight into them. This makes it 100 times easier to collect animals and get in and out your pen without 1,000 chickens escaping through the gate. In Minecraft's April Fool's update, Mojang added an item called the Ankle Monitor, which, when put on, works like the curse of binding, making you unable to take it off and slower whilst wearing it. Minecraft Hood Edition coming out in 2023. Want an easy way to find netherite? Try this out. All you need is a fire resistance potion, a few blocks, and a grindstone. After jumping into the lava, swim upwards to see through the entire thing. And ta-da! Enjoy your ban. It's no secret that Mojang are sometimes a little lazy when it comes to textures, with bedrock just being an overly saturated stone, and endstone being an inverted version of cobblestone. But I bet none of you realize that the jungle log texture is just a rotated version of the oak log. Speaking of being overpowered though, did you know that creepers can climb ladders? I'm already terrified of getting ninja bombed by them in ravines. Why do I have to be scared of this now too? But creepers have been hiding another secret from us too. If they're affected by a potion effect from an arrow, or a potion, when they explode, they'll leave a lingering pool of that potion effect wherever they stood. What can you use this for? Don't ask questions! Moving on! You can actually send minecarts to the nether. All you have to do is set up train tracks leading directly to a nether portal. Load those babies up! When they disappear, you can go through the portal and find all the glorious minecarts you sent over. The flower, Lily of the Valley, looks the exact same from any angle you look at it through. It's sort of like a Minecraft illusion, which means the lily is always watching you. Don't kill that baby pig. You know it doesn't give you meat. Don't kill it! Here's a nice trick to try on a blind person. If you cover lava with string, nearby players won't be able to hear the lava, meaning that sucker won't even know what hit him. Oh, I'm such a great YouTuber. Subscribe, by the way. Yes, this is a call to action. The lily is watching you! Although it doesn't look it, villagers can actually wear armor. They can even wear mob heads and pumpkins, but nobody wants to see that. You can use dispensers to equip it to them, and even put enchantments on each piece of armor, including Thorns enchantment. God, that's an embarrassing death message. Oh, and by the way, that mob head thing works on piglins too, and it's somehow even worse! Everyone knows how cowardly villagers are, especially around anything that even has a possibility of hurting them. But I bet you never noticed they actually sweat during raids. At least, I heard that sweat. They really don't have much to worry about though, because some of these villagers actually have morals? These scary ex-guys called Vindicators refuse to kill baby villagers, so at least when they grow up, they can rebuild the village. Never mind. After literally 10 years of asking for it, we finally were given a cherry blossom biome. Woohoo! It's filled with the prettiest trees in the entire game, as well as these tiny flowers called pink petals. The leaves even give off a cool particle effect, just like the spore blossom. And if that's not enough, this is one of the only biomes in the game that bees can spawn in. This is paradise! If only they'd added water in these biomes so we could get places like those awesome cherry-filled rivers in Japan. And for any builders out there, these logs can be stripped or turned into pink planks that I definitely won't be building my entire house with, because I'm a man. I'm my god, it's so pretty! Anyway, the Cherry Grove biome actually hides a secret you probably didn't know about. Because it usually generates around mountains, it actually spawns emeralds underground. However, the cherry biome itself is actually pretty rare, so it might be easier to just head to a mountain anyway. They're much easier to spot too. Everybody knows that naming a mob Dinnerbone flips it upside down, but I bet you didn't know there's a second secret name that does the same thing. If you call the mob Grum with 2 M's instead, it'll do the same thing. This was added at the same time as Dinnerbone, so I kinda feel bad he didn't get as much attention. Poor Grum. If you're like me, you probably still manage to get lost even with a map. But if you name a banner and place it down at your base, you can right-click it with the map, and a marker will pop up showing you exactly where home is. Remember the last time you used a furnace minecart? Yeah, me neither, but there is actually a way to use them that kinda makes them useful, I guess? If you push a furnace minecart into a chest minecart, they'll actually couple together, allowing you to transfer a huge bunch of resources easily without choker boxes. It all completely falls apart the second a corner or hill appears, but hey, they've got the spirit. Breaking blocks like clay underwater is so annoying! Sure, there's the old door trick, but that's no fun compared to TNT. But Mallow, TNT doesn't work underwater! Wrong! All you need to do is place sand or gravel on top before lighting it, and it works perfectly. It barely even damages you. You can actually do the opposite as well. Placing an anvil on top of TNT before lighting it will stop it from breaking any blocks at all. It doesn't even damage the anvil. And again, you take almost no damage from the blast. And in case you don't have a big enough iron supply to waste on literally blowing up, there's a cheaper alternative in placing TNT on top of a half slab instead. For some reason, this also reduces the blast radius significantly. But unfortunately, you still take quite a lot of damage. We're all pretty aware of Minecraft's food chain now. Creepers hate ocelots, foxes hate chickens and rabbits, Mallow hates dogs, but one toxic relationship you probably don't know about is that polar bears hate foxes. It doesn't usually go too well for the polar bears though, as foxes are way faster. And because foxes can step on powder snow just fine, the bears are sometimes baited in and get stuck. On the topic of foxes though, I have to know, am I stupid for not knowing this next one? Foxes don't just attack rabbits and chickens by walking up and biting them. They also sneak up and pounce on them by jumping super high into the air. What's crazier is that if they land on snow, they'll actually get stuck and shake around trying to free themselves. I swear these guys have been in the game for ages and I've never seen this. I must be an idiot, right? Slime blocks, honey blocks, and hay bales can all be used to reduce full damage when using a drop shoot. But they all have drawbacks. Instead, put a waterlogged chest at the bottom. You won't take any full damage, you don't bounce, and it doesn't slow you down. Witch huts have the ability to spawn, witches. But also, each time one is generated, a black cat will also spawn inside. They do have a tendency to walk off, but this is actually one of only 2 ways to find this sleek variant of Kitty. The only other way is wait until a full moon and venture out into a village, where each cat has a 50% chance of spawning as this magical black version. Have you ever run out of gold for powered rails because you never collect it when you're caving? Don't worry, so has literally everybody else that plays this game, but that means there's a solution! Putting a saddled pig in the minecart makes it go much faster on iron rails. It's kinda weird because you have to press the backwards key to move forwards, but it works just fine otherwise. Piglins are primal tribal creatures and do everything together as a group. Most people know they hunt down hoglins together, but you probably didn't know that there's a small chance that they'll dance together after taking one out. In Bedrock Edition, if you name a boat and an anvil, it'll actually show up as a name tag above. Cool, right? I bet Java Edition has an equally cool mechanic. Oh, it doesn't show up. And it's gone completely. Great! Oxalotls are up there with bees for the cutest mob in Minecraft. They come in these 4 normal colors, and one super rare shiny blue axolotl that's actually a reference to the Pokemon Mudkip. And speaking of fish, kind of, some cruel player discovered that if you take fish out of their favorite aquatic home and place them on a bunch of slime blocks, they'll start to bounce really high super fast. However, it's not likely to last long as there's a few, shall we say, occupational hazards for our bounty swimming friends. The only thing I like more than this little guy has to be the frogs that got added in 1.19. I just wanted to show you what its eating animation looks like in slow motion. That's it. That's the fact. You know those little ghost guys called Vexes that spawn in raids that are somehow more dangerous than Ravagers? Well, thankfully they're being nerfed, as their hitbox has been made much bigger, meaning you can actually hit them when you try. Oh, and their texture also got an update. They now look eerily similar to the Allay. I wonder if there's supposed to be some evil version of them. That'd explain why Allays can be found in those cages at Pillager Outposts. Aside from the cherry wood that's being added, we're also getting a second set of wooden blocks made out of bamboo. 9 bamboo items make a bamboo block, block which can be turned into everything you'd expect, but with a light green, jungly sort of feel. There's even a special bamboo mosaic block that can be made from 2 slabs, but I've got no clue how you'd use this in a build, so let me know if you figure that out. We also got a new decorative item called the Decorated Pot. Again, this doesn't exactly do much, but it actually looks pretty cool. You can craft it with 4 bricks in a diamond shape, but if you replace any of these with one of 4 types of pottery shard also obtained from brushing suspicious sand, one side of the block will have a picture carved into it like this. This block is super fragile though, and will break into pieces if you hit it with any tool. Sure, you can use these as a decorative item, but it also has its place as a building block, as they're just a little smaller than a regular block, allowing you to make some pretty cool patterns and pillars with them. However, I think my favorite new block has to be the chiseled bookshelf. You craft these with wood and slabs, and surprise, surprise, you can use them to store books, including enchanted books and written books, meaning you can leave hidden messages around your house, or just hide away your valuable mending books because you just know someone's gonna try and steal them sooner or later.